What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Renegade Roundtable show and our first actual live episode that we're filming. This is pretty great. This is a huge milestone for us here.
There we are. There we go. Hey, I'm happy for you. Hey, you brought us in.
I did it.
Hey, I'm proud of you. But
he was telling me before. He's like, you're gonna have to bring us in. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna say something. I'm gonna hope it works. So hopefully that was good enough for you.
Oh, hey, I'm very happy with that. But what is good, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Renegade Roundtable podcast here on the channel. I am Jeffrey Kirby. As he said, this is our first live episode together. I'm literally sitting across from you.
I can see you right there.
I can see you. We can literally shake our hands right now.
This is weird. I got a microphone too. This is fancy.
Yeah, it's nice.
Not using my headphone microphone anymore.
But yeah, as you can tell by the title of this video, we are going to be revealing our NFL mock draft 1.0. We say 1.0 because, well, there's going to be another one later on down the road. But right now we got number one. But first, before we get started here, I do want to make a quick claim, or a quick comment again. If you haven't yet, me and him just did a video a little over an hour ago reacting to the Baker Mayfield saga that is going on in Cleveland. So if you have yet, go and check that out because that video is insane. That was hilarious.
It's a good one. It's worth the watch.
Yeah, it was an absolute blast. But as you can tell by the title of this video, like I said, we have a mock draft to reveal. We're going to go down. We're going to discuss why we have every pick. And let us know down below. What do you agree with our pick? What's good, TJ? He said, what's good, Kirby? What's good? How you doing? But we're here. So, real quick, Eli Apple is returning to the Cincinnati Bengals on a one-year deal. So, that is a benefit to the Steelers.
Yeah, he
blew ass.
I mean, he was great in the Super Bowl. Definitely. Greatest corner performance I've ever seen in the Super Bowl. Hats off to that guy.
It was beautiful. But, like we said, let's go ahead and let's go and get started. So, this is your first mock draft show. For me, this is not, if you've been following me for a while, this is my 4th year doing this. So, in terms of high school terms, I would be a senior. Even though I'm still a very well rookie at this.
Well, shoot, if we're putting it that way, I don't even know if we can count me as a freshman. I'm a 6th grade junior higher here.
He says also, hi, Caleb.
Oh, what's up?
So, let's go ahead. Let's get started here. So, since you are the guest here, well, you are the guest here at the studio. I'll say you're obviously a host here.
Yeah.
Since you're a guest here at the studio, I'll let you start off first.
Well, first thing I want to do is I'd like to request a trade.
No.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm back. I guess I'm doing this.
You were doing this.
Okay, my first pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars, I have them picking Kyle Hamilton, safety out of Notre Dame.
So this is already going to be a fiery hot start here. And if you notice, if you see me going this way, I have my mock draft over here. I have multiple screens. I have everything going on. You see me, I got my phone, iPad, this, that, and the third. I got everything going on over here. So that's a first. I don't think I've really seen anyone do Kyle Hamilton.
No, that's kind of why I went with it, because nobody was really going after it. And honestly, this seems like the pick that Jacksonville would make. You know, shoring up that secondary, they kind of need a defensive back. It seems like the perfect pick for them. And honestly, from the people I know, I know a lot of Jaguars fans, and a lot of them are saying...
Wait, there are Jaguars fans?
Yeah, I think I know half their fan base, all 3 of them. So 3 of the 6.
Okay.
And they're kind of high on Kyle Hamilton right now. They don't want Aiden Hutchinson or Thibodeau, so...
Well, then they would hate my mock because I have them going Aiden Hutchinson number 1 overall. Reason for me being... obviously, my original with free agency, I literally had to I had to go on the fly, redo my whole entire mock, because I had them going Evan Neal, because I felt like with Cam Robinson being he was a free agent to be, I felt like they wanted to really help solidify the offensive line and try to help protect Trevor Lawrence as much as possible, but with them tagging Cam Robinson and them just going absolutely ham in free agency, I decided to get them a pass rusher, which is their biggest need. He's a guy that's going to come off the edge. He's going to hunt for the quarterback. They were 27th in sacks last year with only 32. That's just not going to cut it. and you get the best edge rusher in this class, as far as I am concerned. They also signed Brandon Sheriff from the Washington Commanders, so that was kind of a big deal. So that's kind of why I went with Aiden Hutchinson, although safety is the second biggest need for them. So, I mean, in this case, we fill two big needs for them.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I could see him going either or, but I think that the safe pick is Aiden Hutchinson, which is kind of why I went with.
You want to have some... We're going to start... You said...
We're
going to get messy.
I need to give the folks a little sizzle.
Interesting. All right. Number 2, with the second pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions will select...
This one I'm going with Aiden Hutchinson because obviously those guys are going to go 1-2. So I feel like if Hamilton and Hutchinson are going to flip, whoever takes one and takes the other, those guys are going on top 2. And honestly, Aiden Hutchinson to Detroit, it's kind of a storybook thing there with him being at Michigan, and it all just makes sense. He can go lose a lot of games to the Lions.
I went with the complete opposite. You and me flip-flopped. I went with Kyle Hamilton here. I mean, let's be honest. Their defense is bad.
Yeah.
One of their biggest needs on this defense is safety. They did re-sign Tracy Walker on a 3-year deal, but I also don't think... I mean, safety is still kind of a need for them. You don't let the best safety in this class by far go in, because after this pick, there's a shot you might not see another safety in the first round. Mm-hmm. Now, there's the chance of Daxton Hill, which we'll find out whether we have Daxton Hill going or not, but that's kind of how big of the drop-off is. So if you feel like that's going to be a need that you have, yeah, the 4.5 40 might not be the best in the world, but when you watch his film, watch his tape, you're going to love him. And he's like 6'4", if I'm not mistaken, as well. I mean, my God, they allowed basically 5.9 yards per play, or they were 29th in yards per play at 5.9, 28th in points per game. They allowed basically 27 points per game. So this is going to be a huge, huge help for that secondary in Detroit. With the 3rd overall pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans will select...
I think this one's easy. If Hamilton and Hutchinson are off the board, you got to go with the 3rd best player, and that's Kayvon Thibodeau. Go Ducks, baby.
That's actually a hot take now.
I mean, I'm a little biased, so... I put him at 1, but I realize he's not at 1, so I'm going to say he's 3rd. Honestly, who do the Texans not need, though? So their goal is just to take best available player, honestly. So
my thing is, I don't even think he's going to be the best player available here.
Ooh.
With the 3rd pick for me, I have them going Evan Neal.
Okay.
Offensive tackle from Alabama.
Okay.
He was a guy that literally maybe a week or so ago was projected to be the number 1 overall pick. He was going to go to Jacksonville. He was going to help solidify the offensive line there. And is the Alabama guy. You know you can trust Nick Saban guys. You know you can trust their offensive line. So this would be a nice pickup for them. He has played right tackle in the past, which obviously when you have Larry Tunsil playing at left tackle on a big contract, you want a guy that can help protect the right side of the offensive line to protect whether it's Davis Mills or whoever the hell their quarterback is going to end up being. It helps solidify them. And I think for me, personally, this is an easy pick. You put in the card for Evan Neal. Simple as that.
See, I'm still on the Thibodeau train because it's a little bit of bias in me.
The thing is, too, with Thibodeau is the fact that he is kind of falling hard. Mm-hmm. And you'll see in my mock draft, I have him you'll see real quick. I do not have him going all that high, and we'll see. Number 4, the New York Football Jets, with the first of 2 picks for them, and also with the Lions. They also have 2 picks in this. With the 4th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, you have the New York Football Jets selecting
Derek Stingley, cornerback from LSU.
So right off the bat, when I look at that pick, I think for me, I like the position, just not the player at that point. I think the value there is a little high based on just what we've seen in terms of value. I think Ahmad Sauce Gardner from Cincinnati is CB1. I like Stingley. I just feel like for me, that is a need for them, but I just look at it, I think there's a bigger need that they can fill here with this pick.
See, I mean, I have right away. I have my 4 picks that are kind of long shots. That's kind of what you'll see in my entire mock here. Is mine's more of like the crazy scenario, and yours is more the could happen. But
I was gonna say I based mine because I don't know. My personal it feels good. I remember 2020. I remember I had more mock draft picks correct than Todd McShay and Mel Kiper, and I felt so proud of myself.
See, my goal is just to pick like that long shot, like. Be the one who picks Daniel Jones going to the Giants when nobody else did. You know, I'll be that guy. So
I have, there are situations in mind where I do that as well. But I mean, there you go.
Who do you think the Jets are picking here at this pick?
Akeem Ekwonu, offensive tackle from NC State.
Okay.
Now for me, 3 and 4 can be flipped. It could be Akeem Ekwonu goes 3 and Evan Neal goes 4. I could see either of those. And I actually wouldn't be mad at either of those for those two teams. But again, they need offensive tackle help. They need help in the pass game and in the run game just overall on offense. They need a guy that's going to be able to help protect Zach Wilson at all costs. He's very physical. He's very hard-nosed. He's going to run through you like there is absolutely no tomorrow. And he's going to make an immediate impact on this team. And I feel like for me, this attacks a huge need for them, and I think Jets fans will absolutely love this pick. So, moving on to the 5th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Football Giants will select
Charles Cross.
Interesting. I like the pick, but it's interesting.
I don't know. I mean, I take it your opinion is he's going to be a little high, but I just see like the Giants could use a tackle here to help shore up that run game. Like this just seems like the type of move that the Giants are going to try to make. It seems like they're gonna go after a lot of stuff in the trenches this offseason. So we'll see. It's kind of a need for them. Honestly, I could see them going after any of these linemen though with this pick.
In terms of Charles Cross, I do not think it's too high. In fact, it's right in value, in there where I think he could be. In my opinion, I have them going a little different direction here.
Okay.
I have them going Trayvon Walker, defensive end for Georgia. Now, I said in my notes, this could easily be Kayvon Thibodeau, depending on how they feel. Because the reason why Kayvon Thibodeau is dropping is just based on the fact of people are questioning, maybe the love for the game, and the mental. And that will always draw GMs and coaches away. But for me, the Giants are going to need a little bit of edge help. They drafted Azeez Ojulari last year. You have Leonard Williams, but they were still only 22nd in sacks at only 34. That's 2 sacks a game. And when you have Dak Prescott in that division, you're going to need some help getting to the quarterback. He ran a 4.5 40. Which is going to be blazing coming off the edge. And, again, when you're playing Dak Prescott twice a year, you're going to want to get guys to get to the quarterback, and that's exactly what they're going to get here, is a guy who's going to get to the quarterback. Number 6. This is where things will maybe get interesting.
Maybe. We'll see.
Depending on what happens in a certain quarterback situation. Figure out who the hell is going to go where. But with the 6th pick, the Carolina Panthers will be selecting.
I think this is when Malik Willis goes off the board, quarterback from the Liberty University Flames.
Where is it at? First quarterback off the board here, ladies and gentlemen. We have another ourselves then. Malik Willis going number 6. Explain.
Well, first of all, Malik Willis is the best quarterback in this draft.
All bias in there.
No bias at all.
All bias.
I've never even heard of Liberty as a school. What is a flame? No, honestly, Malik has the character. Malik's shown it in, what we've seen on and off the field in the combine coming up. Malik has the skills. The only thing is really his mid-range accuracy, but I I feel like teams are going to be willing to take a shot at it. I feel like Malik has a higher ceiling really than any of these quarterbacks. And so it's kind of an experiment, really, and I think he would fit the Panther system well. So I'd like to see him go there. I feel like that'd be one of the better matches for him, and so I think Malik's going pick 6 to the Panthers.
So real quick, I actually just got a text from one of my Browns fan friends or whatever, and they saw one of my promotions it was on Snapchat of the video we made, and they're dying right now. It's great. I love it. I like the pick for there. I like the pick for that. I like the idea of, and I think that's where the first quote unquote pressure point is for quarterbacks. In my opinion, the true first one. And I could totally see them going quarterback. I personally don't. I actually have them going Charles Cross here.
Okay.
And again, I even said now this very well could be the first quarterback off the board. Or this could also be the Texans on the clock again. Even though it's more of sounding like it may not be Carolina. But in this case, they're going to help. They're going to get a guy help with at offensive tackle who's going to help in the run game, help with Christian McCaffrey. They signed Rashard Higgins, which is he's not a big he's an okay wide receiver. But, you just overall want to try to help out, protect whoever set quarterback is going to be for them. And I just think this is kind of a pick that I just feel like it's going to happen. I just got that weird gut feeling about it. Number 7, the New York Football Giants. Again, this is via the Chicago Bears. Who do you have them selecting?
Okay, at this pick, I actually have them going edge rusher and George Karlaftis from Purdue. I feel like this is when they get that edge rusher like you were talking about. I just don't. I have them flipped from what your opinion is, but I feel like this is a good pick. Like you're saying, they need an edge rusher. It seems like a good fit for their team, especially in that division with a lot of mobile quarterbacks. So this is what I could see happening here at 7.
For me, I think George Karlaftis has value. I don't think he's at one point in time. I think he was there. He's kind of slipped a little bit. Like I said, I understand why you're thinking that because of, again, as I had him going at number 5, I had them going edge rusher here. For me, I have them also going defense. I have them going Devin Lloyd here.
Okay.
He's a guy that's been steadily rising. This was a tricky one for me though, because I went through a bunch of scenarios and thought about this, but I ended up going with Devin Lloyd here. There's not really an offensive tackle at this point, in my opinion, that's at value here. That would help them. Wide receiver is a possibility. The first wide receiver off the board could come here. I could totally see that. But in this case, I gave them a guy who's sideline to sideline. He has that kind of range. Help out the 21st ranked defense in 2021 last year for the Giants. And I also kind of think this puts a little bit of pressure on Blake Martinez, who got a big contract. He's coming off a torn ACL. And as our green screen just went to hell. So give us 1 second. Welcome to live shows here.
Live shows. Hey, honestly, I'll take this though. I like being live. I like being in person. This is better than me talking onto a laptop screen, you know?
Excuse me real quick. We're going to get through here. This happens all the time to us, but I mean, it is what it is.
Technical difficulties.
But it's all right though, because we can make this a quick fix. Yeah. And just like that, we are basically fixed up.
Back up and running.
We are back up and running. Hi guys, how you doing? Sorry guys, sorry about that, but this is what happens on live YouTube.
Hey, live is the way to go though. I'm liking this live in person thing.
Hey, I like it. But back to the Devin Lloyd pick here. Again, I just feel like this helps Blake Martinez is a guy that, I like him. He can make a lot of tackles, but this just ensures and helps out a defense that could use a little bit of help. So that's my thought process. Number 8, the Atlanta Falcons, which very well could not be. There's a very good chance this may not be the Atlanta Falcons, but this also could be the Houston Texans. Who do you have them taking, assuming they do not win the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes?
Well, assuming they keep this pick here, and my thinking along the lines is they would still have Matt Ryan going after him. Now they'll need some receiver help because of some gambling issues. So I think they're going to take a gamble on this pick and pick Garrett Wilson from the school in Ohio.
Real quick, so an update. Offensive tackle Lyle Collins is visiting the Cincinnati Bengals, per Mike Garafolo and Ian Rappaport. So there's an update there. So if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my Twitter too, just seeing if we get any updates. We're on Deshaun Watson watch here. At least we know he's not coming to the AFC North.
Actually, I don't care about Deshaun Watson. I'm on Honey Badger watch.
Oh, listen, I'm on Honey Badger watch too. I have my free agency list going on Twitter. So who do you have them going?
I think they're going to take a gamble on Garrett Wilson, the wide receiver.
This is the first time we've had the same pick. I also have them going Garrett
Awkward
Wilson
high
here.
five.
I think Drake London is another possibility here. It's just going to be a guy based on who they feel is going to be number one on their board.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I went with Garrett Wilson. A tiny bit of bias aside in there, but I try to keep bias out of this. I
didn't. I went with Willis Height up top because you know what?
The hell with it.
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
But for me, again, with Calvin Ridley out for the year, an offense with Garrett Wilson, Kyle Pitts, and them would be nice. That'd be kind of nice to watch.
Yeah, and like I said, taking a gamble because they need to take a gamble on a receiver because the receivers have been gambling.
Mm-hmm. And I also think if there's an edge rusher, this is another possibility of maybe where Kayvon Thibodeau goes. They need an edge rusher. I could very well possibly see them going him here, but in this case, I have them going receiver. Number 9, the Seattle Seahawks, which was originally the Denver Broncos before they acquired none other than Sierra and Russell Wilson. So now with the Seattle Seahawks, you have them taking
Akeem Ekwonu, tackle from North Carolina State.
Okay.
I see this shores up their offensive line, kind of helps them out, helps out keeping up whoever this quarterback is. They're going to be. I mean, they have Drew Lock playing now, but who even knows who's going to be starting for them? So whoever they bring in, tackle's going to help them shore up that offensive line, keep that quarterback upright. I feel like tackle's the pick they're going to go with here at 9.
With the 9th pick, I have them take your boy. Go ahead and throw up the O. I was thinking the O.
That guy?
I have him going Kayvon Thibodeau here.
Okay, I didn't know which one you were going with.
For me, quarterback is a possibility here, but it seems like they're kind of high on Drew Lock. I think they're going to be willing to give him a shot. But something weird that tells me that Kayvon Thibodeau is going to end up going here to Seattle. We all know that, and here's the thing too, when we talk about quarterbacks, if you've noticed, I have not had Malik Willis gone yet.
Mm-hmm.
Malik Willis has gotten comparisons to Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want basically Russell Wilson 2.0, here you go. You could get Malik Willis. But in this case, I have them going after a guy who they feel like could be the best player available. It fits a need. They need edge rushers. And again, there's a couple head coaches where you feel like they'll take on guys that are maybe a little bit questionable on things. Pete Carroll is one of them. Mm-hmm. And so this kind of just smells and feels like a Kayvon Thibodeau to Seattle. And I feel, and he'll stay in the Northwest.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, this just kind of fits in perfect.
See, for me, I don't see him falling past here. I feel like Seattle would be a good fit for him here as the edge rusher. The hardest thing is, though,
unless something pops up on Twitter, like the way Larry Tunsil did.
Yeah.
Or what happened with Montez Sweat in 2019 where they had the heart issue and stuff.
Yeah, all normal trajectory aside, I don't see him falling past here. But, I mean, it's honestly going to be hard to see him playing in Washington. The Ducks fan in me, that's like one of your boys from Ohio State going to the Lions and playing in Michigan.
AKA Kayvon Thibodeau, or AKA Jeffrey Okudah.
Yeah, I don't want to see him in Washington, so I'd like to see him go a little bit higher here. But honestly, he'd be a good fit in Seattle.
With the 10th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Jets, which was originally Seattle, but it was a part of the Jamal Adams trade, you have them selecting
Trent McDuffie, cornerback from that school in Washington.
I'm interested to see how. I'm curious to know about Sauce Gardner for you, because I've noticed that you haven't had him go yet, and that's the second corner off the board.
See, I haven't. I have him going a little bit further down. Hey, I don't know. I'm not I don't think the Cincinnati to me there's something weird with them, and I have them dropping a little bit. I feel like McDuffie is the true second corner off the board here. But then again, my draft is based in a lot of long shots and a lot of random, which when you add that all up doesn't really make any sense. But you know what? I'm rolling with it. It's kind of like my bracket. It's already busted. It's day one.
For me, I have them going corner as well, but I think they're going to get Sauce Gardner here. The first corner off the board for me, I think he's cornerback 1. And I think the Jets are going to come out winners. They go and get Akeem Ekwonu, who I absolutely love. They go and get the best corner in the draft class, in my opinion at least. And obviously, we all know Robert Saleh as their head coach, very well defensive-minded coach. You know they're going to come out of this with at least one defensive player with one of those 2 picks. And this just smells, again, and it fits a huge need. And I think the New York Jets fans will be absolutely thrilled with Akeem Ekwonu and Sauce Gardner here. And also, if you guys are watching or anything, if you want to debate any of our picks or whatever, please do it. Please let us know. I got the chat going right here. We will debate it. We can talk about it. And so yeah, we're here to debate. This is what we do.
If you think Malik should go number 1 to Jacksonville and they should get rid of Trevor Lawrence, I'm all for it.
As much as I hate Trevor Lawrence, I also think he still has a shot to be good, but
not as good as Malik. I'm biased aside.
Number 11. Now this was a pick that we pretty much all assumed they were going to take a quarterback. Still a slight possibility they could, but not as much with the acquisition of Mr. Carson Wentz.
See, I took that. Okay, I'm not going after a quarterback. Nah, they're still going with the quarterback. I have them going with Pickett here, having him sit a year behind Wentz, having him dump Wentz, and then roll with Pickett in year 2. So I think the Commanders are going to get Kenny Pickett, quarterback from Pitt.
My man Jeff, also another Jeff, he says Trevor Lawrence has potential without Urban and some solid receivers. Hey, they went out. They're trying to get some receivers. They got Christian Kirk on that ridiculous ass deal.
Oh yeah,
that was insane. I'm saying Jags pick up Julio for 1 to 2 years. I don't think Julio's gonna end up going there unless they just throw. I don't even know how much money they have left. I mean, if they could throw the bag at him, then maybe. Also, Julio's washed. I mean, yeah. I hate admitting it. I like Julio. I used to love having the Julio versus AB debates on who was the best receiver. I mean, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I thought AB then. I still think AB now. I think at that time he was a beast.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. I'm not going against anything Trevor Lawrence. This is purely just my Malik Willis bias saying he should be number 1 overall pick in this
Jeff,
draft.
Just so you know, he goes to college where Malik Willis is.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's how much they still have $39 million? God damn.
They have a lot. Really?
That might be interesting. For me, I do not have them going quarterback here. I have them going and getting someone that the quarterback can throw to. I have them getting Drake London.
Okay.
Wide receiver from USC. There's a couple guys every year in the draft that I fall in love with. And Drake London is one of them. I'm always a fan of taller receivers who can go up, who can lob it up. The area code is the range, the catch radius for him. And this is that kind of guy. Carson Wentz is now QB1. They need a guy on the opposite of Terry McLaurin. Adam Humphries and Cam Sims are both free agents, and this gives Carson Wentz a taller receiver who can be a threat in the red zone, and this is going to fit a need for them. He said, "Hey, what about that mid-view QB? Do you think he'll go at all, ceiling and floor?" Dustin, he'll end up being like a later round pick. He'll probably be he'll be a late round pick, and it's just going to be a matter of the kind of development that he can get. I think ceiling, I mean, for me, I haven't really done all that much scouting on him. I mean, I really haven't. But I think, depending on what kind of development, what kind of coaching he can give, I mean, shit. I mean, Russell, there's been a bunch of quarterbacks who went later rounds who end up being pretty good. So, I mean, it's just a matter of the kind of, work ethic and development that you put into it. All right. Number 12, the Minnesota Vikings.
See, Minnesota Vikings here at 12. I see them going with a tackle. This is where I see Evan Neal from Alabama going.
I think I don't know. To me, I feel like he's going to be way gone.
See, you might think he's going to be way gone. Everybody in the entire world thinks he's going to be way gone. That's perfect opportunity for me to have him fall to 12 because my draft is just kind of random. So, honestly, I feel like my draft is organized a lot like how the Browns organize their player relations. So,
yeah.
It's kind of just no one knows what's going on. But honestly, Evan Neal will be a good fit here. Or I could see them going line. And a lot of that, too, with my mock draft from kind of here on out is kind of just the position. I'm going with the position at this point. And so I feel like here, Evan Neal, tackle. Vikings are going to go line to go help out Kirk Cousins here with his ridiculously overpaid extension. But hey, good for him getting the money.
For me, I have Minnesota taking Derek Stingley here.
Okay.
Okay, real quick, another update. Former Vikings defensive tackle Michael Pierce to the Ravens, 3 years, $16.5 million. So this actually will change up a little bit of how my mock draft goes, but that's all. We'll worry about that then. For me, Minnesota going Derek Stingley here. I think defensive end is also an option here. Maybe a Jermaine Johnson from Florida State is an option here. But I think with Pat Pete and Mackenzie Alexander being free agents, they're going to need a little bit of help in the secondary. And here you go. You get yourself a nice corner here. And LSU is one of the best. We all know they're one of the best colleges to develop corners. Mm-hmm. So our first AFC North team to go to draft our. Real quick, I want to go first. I have them forfeiting their pick because of how terrible they are. No, I'm just kidding.
You have them getting contracted. Goodell's going to walk up there and be like, with the 13th pick in the NFL draft, I'm announcing we're contracting the Cleveland Clowns.
There you go. They're going to get Ronald McDonald.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. All right. Seriously, let's go ahead. Number 13, the Cleveland Browns.
See, I have them going. I mean, they kind of need everybody. Fan base, new uniforms, new stadium. They need literally everything. New owner, new GM, new coach. But I feel like they're going to go with Jameson Williams, wide receiver out of Alabama. They truly need that number one wide receiver, and I feel like this could be a good fit. I don't know. It's the Browns. They're going to screw this one up.
For me, I like the idea of a wide receiver. I think if Garrett Wilson is here, I think it's going to end up they're going to run to Goodell to get this pick in for Garrett Wilson. But I also think they need defensive end help. They need a little bit of help everywhere on the defensive side. On the defensive line. But I have them going Jermaine Johnson here, defensive end from Florida State. Like I said, wide receiver is another option, but I also believe they might be able to get that in round 2 or in a little bit later round. Jadeveon Clowney is a free agent. I don't think you bring him back. And Jermaine Johnson, he had 12 sacks and 45 pressures for Florida State. He gets to learn from one of the best defensive ends of football. I'm going to send you a list of free agent wide receivers. All right, do that. And I think this is going to be a sneaky good pick for Joe Woods and their defense. And again, anytime you can learn from one of the best defensive ends of football, best pass rushers of football, I think that's always a way to help. Number 14, back-to-back AFC North, the Baltimore Ravens.
See, in my crazy, not going to happen mock draft, I have them picking Devin Lloyd, the linebacker from Utah. Here's the thing. I feel like he'd be a good fit there. I feel like they need help on the defensive side. And honestly, I'm kind of just used to rooting against Devin Lloyd, so I feel like might as well him go to a team that I'm going to be rooting against him in his career here now too. So I feel like it'd be a good pick. Obviously, you don't have him falling this far, so obviously we disagree a little bit there, but I feel like this is the perfect range for where he's going to go, so that's my pick.
For me, I have Baltimore going Jordan Davis here, and that's why I said with this Michael Pierce pick, now again, there's still the shot that Jordan Davis could go here because, again, their defensive line is just completely decimated. But I have them going Jordan Davis, defensive tackle from Georgia. And again, this is a switch from everyone. Everyone is having them taking an offensive tackle. They're maybe thinking of Trevor Penning, offensive tackle from Northern Iowa. I think, but for me, again, the defensive line is decimated. We don't know if Calais Campbell is going to be coming back. We don't know if he's going to be there. If he's going to return there. Justin Houston is a free agent. He might retire. I mean, we don't know. 2 defensive tackles a free agent. Now they did go and just sign one, but I think still this is kind of a need that needs to be addressed. But again, I think I could see them going offensive tackle here. Ronnie Stanley, he can't stay on the field. Alejandro Villanueva, former Steeler, he just recently retired. So offensive tackle is also a need, possibly, but I have them going defensively here. Number 15, the first of 3 in back-to-back picks for the Philadelphia Eagles. You have the other Pennsylvania team selecting
Trayvon Walker, edge rusher out of Georgia.
Okay.
I feel like this is a good fit for them here. They need an edge rusher pretty badly, and he's good. Mm-hmm. That's all I got to say. I don't know.
Yeah. Real quick, who do you have at 16? Who do you have them going back-to-back with?
Gardner.
Okay. So you and me have the same exact ideas, just different players. And flip-flopped on where. I have them going Trent McDuffie at 15, corner from Washington. Steven Nelson, again, former Steeler, is a free agent. And I think he'll be nice as a guy to be on the opposite side of Darius Slay. And he's got in comparison to Jair Alexander, who's one of the better corners in the NFL. So if you can get a guy like that, I think that helps impact this team very well. And at 16, I have them taking David Ojabo, defensive end from Michigan here. Back-to-back defensive players on the board. Both are top needs that are now filled. They were second to last in sacks with only 29. That's not even 2 sacks a game. That's 1.7 sacks per game. That's just not going to cut it. And again, here he's a guy. He's going to need a little bit of development. But I think he will make an impact on that deep. And plus, Brandon Graham and Derek Barnett are both free agents. And obviously, they just released Fletcher Cox as well. So maybe they want to go with defensive tackle here. We don't know. But I have them going defensive line here. Number 17, the LA Chargers.
See, this is where I have him going wide receiver. Put some wide receivers around Justin Herbert. And I have him going Drake London, wide receiver from USC, which is a little bit further down than what you have him going, but I feel like this is appropriate. But, I mean, obviously, you have a little bit more notes on this than I do. But I honestly, at this point, like I said, I'm going after position for some of these, and I feel like they're going to take a receiver here, and this is just, like, appropriately where I have London going.
For me, I have them going Trevor Penning here, offensive tackle from Northern Iowa. They could use a little bit of help with the tackle position. I had them going defensive tackle, but now with the trades that they've made, obviously they traded for Khalil Mack and stuff. So now, and I think when you look at it with this team, you're going to need to protect Justin Herbert at all costs. Storm Norton can't play right tackle for you again. And he's got comparisons to Riley Reif, who is one of the better tackles in the NFL. He's a respected tackle. So I think this would be kind of a pick here for them. And this also fits a big need. This fits their biggest need for the Chargers. Number 18, the New Orleans Saints, who again could also be the Houston Texans. But who do you have them taking?
See, I have them going, I have my third quarterback off the board when you have had now none. But I have them going Sam Howell, quarterback from UNC.
So Baker Mayfield 2.0. For me, I don't see there's no way in hell Sam Howell goes in the first round.
Oh, no, not at all. But I thought it'd be funny and throw him in there because I don't want to pick him, so I didn't want to have to put him on us in my mock draft.
Well, I don't think we have to worry about that either. You talked about me not having a quarterback off the board. Well, now we do. With the 18th pick, I have them going with Malik Willis. Again, this is assuming that they do not land Deshaun Watson. I also think a sleeper pick could be a Matt Corral. I have this gut feeling with that as well. But again, it's a new era of Saints football here. Now, Kenny Pickett could also be an option here as well. But there's no way in hell you could have Taysom Hill be your QB1.
No.
I don't think you're going to bring back Jameis Winston. I keep on wanting to say Jameis Winston. You're not going to bring back Jameis Winston. I don't think you're going to bring back the crab legs. So I just think this is going to be a new era for football, of Saints football here for the New Orleans Saints. Number 19, the Philadelphia Eagles, in their third and final first-round pick. You have them selecting
Nakobe Dean, linebacker from Georgia.
I like this pick. And you'll notice, I'll give you a hint. I don't have him going in the first round. But at one point in time, I did have him go in there. So I understand the idea there. That does fit in as a somewhat need for them. I think I'm going Chris Olave.
Okay.
Second Ohio State wide receiver off the board. Now, if you can make those three picks, my picks that I had, the three picks that you have, I think they've done very well. Chris Olave, too sweet. Pairing him on the opposite side of Devontae Smith, that would be kind of nasty. And then on top of that, Jalen Reagor has been absolutely an abomination, an atrocity. Any Stephen A. Smith verb you want to use or adjective you want to use, you can say. But I just think Jalen Hurts will absolutely love Chris Olave. And biased too, he's one of my favorite Ohio State players of all time. But this is not what this is about for me.
Who?
For Ohio State.
What's that? What's an Ohio State?
Team that also beat you in the national championship.
Ah, yeah, you got a point there. Whatever.
42-20.
Whatever.
Here we go. Number 20, the Pittsburgh Steelers. You have them selecting
Devontae Wyatt, defensive
Okay.
lineman from Georgia. Here's my thinking here. With all of our moves,
And
and
I'm not mad at that pick, by the way.
it's kind of jacking up everybody's, mock drafts for what we're going to do here because we kind of go in all different directions. And I know, obviously, did we go in the same direction here?
Hell no.
Okay, yeah,
Hell no.
that's what I thought.
But I like the pick. I understand the pick.
Yeah, we need defensive linemen, shoring that up a little bit. I feel like if you can get a guy like Wyatt here to throw him in, and plus, obviously, part of it too is I thought it'd be funny to have a Wyatt
There
and
we
a
go.
Watt just to see people getting confused.
More breaking news real quick. The MLB and MLPA has agreed to extend Dodgers pitcher Trevor Bauer's administration leave till April 16th. So
he's down until April 16th.
so he's still on leave. That's just developing news.
Whatever. Because the Dodgers need all the help they can get. Whatever. Anyway, I thought honestly too, the reasoning this is stupid was I thought it'd be hilarious to have Wyatt and Watt just to get Steeler fans getting them confused. But honestly, defensive line is where I could see them going here now. I see them pushing off getting like a lot of people had him going quarterback until we got Mitchell Trubisky here. Honestly, defensive line is where I see them going. I see them pushing off quarterback until a couple years from now.
So, we had this debate earlier before the show when you got here. We were talking about quarterbacks and stuff, and you asked, I had asked if you thought I was having them take a quarterback. Do you think I have them taking a quarterback here?
I feel like you'd be crazy to not go with Devontae Wyatt.
Well, call me crazy. Mr. Pickett, you're staying in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Here's my thought process on this. Now, again, one of the defensive tackles are there. I could definitely see them going with that. However, I also would not be mad at Daxton Hill here.
Mm-hmm.
But my thought process on this was, for me, I was also looking at possibly a linebacker here. But now with the signing of Miles Jack, I think that helps solidify that a little bit. But for me, I think the situation that you were put in with Trubisky is a great situation. If he does not play well, he's not going to hurt you in the cap much. He is only here for 2 years, and then you have Kenny Pickett, who could be, the real heir apparent to Benjamin Todd Roethlisberger. But if he does, okay, well then then this pick kind of is whatever, but then you have Mitch Trubisky, who will be your franchise quarterback. And again, this might be a kind of a hot pick here, but I had some discussions with some Steeler fans, and that kind of helped me lead to this pick here with Kenny Pickett.
Now, see, I could see them taking a quarterback and even have him sit, the first 10 weeks of the season and then kind of see how Trubisky's going. But the thing with Pickett is Pickett's already older. He's already, to me, Pickett having him sit, to me, it feels weird. It feels like the Steelers are going to be all in and go lineman here. But then again, I wouldn't call it crazy for them to go with Pickett. They already know Pickett. Pickett practices in their building. Pickett plays in their building. It wouldn't be crazy for them to pick him here. I could honestly see either one, but I again would lean more toward a defensive.
And I wouldn't be mad at either. Honestly.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at either pick.
Number 21, the New England Patriots.
I have them picking your dude, Chris Olave from
my dude. Interesting.
That school in Ohio.
Ohio State.
Yeah. Honestly, Patriots need a receiver here. Olave's good, I guess. I'll give him the credit he's due. Olave's pretty good, so I feel like this.
You want to talk about good? You want to talk about wide receivers that are good from Ohio State? Just wait till next year when Jackson Smith and Jigba pops on. Oh my God, dude is about to be a beast.
Nah, his brother's about to be a beast for the Pirates, Kanan Smith and Jigba, but that's a story for another show.
Hey,
go Buccos!
Maybe next week we'll have that.
Yeah, honestly, Olave's my pick here for the Patriots. Mac Jones needs a weapon. Olave's perfect fit. Who do you have him picking?
I have them a guy who is going to be defending against wide receivers. I have them going Kyler Gordon here, corner from Washington. For me, again, Andrew Booth is an interesting pick here too. But for me, with J.C. Jackson being gone, and they're going to need a little bit of help at the cornerback position, he's got comparisons to Byron Jones, who is a pretty nice corner who will fill out a need too. I think a linebacker is also a possibility here. I mean, they did acquire Mack Wilson from the Browns. It was basically a player-to-player trade with Mack Wilson and Chase Winovich. So, I mean, there's also that kind of possibility. But for me, I just have them fitting a bigger need at corner, and that's why I have them going with Kyler Gordon. Number 22, the Las Vegas Raiders. We want to talk about a team that you never know what the hell they're going to do, but here you go. Here's another one.
Actually, I think the Raiders are a pretty stable franchise compared to Cleveland, but I don't know. No, I have him going defensive lineman Jordan Davis from Georgia. I feel like they need a defensive lineman. I feel like he's a good fit, and I feel like he'll still – I mean, he might be high. He'll be higher than this. But you know what? That's who I have going to my Raiders, to the Oakland Raiders in this draft.
I have the Raiders taking one of his teammates, Devontae Wyatt here.
Pittsburgh Steelers, Devontae Wyatt, according to my mock draft.
I believe that wide receiver is also an option here.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, the way I look at it, Jonathan Hankins, Quentin Jefferson, and Gerald McCoy are all free agents. This would be a guy that you could stick in between Max Crosby and now newly acquired Chandler Jones. And holy shit, that's yourself a defensive line to go after. To go after Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, and Russell Wilson. You need that. So there you go. You get yourself some guys that's going to go after the quarterback. Number 23, the Arizona Cardinals. Which, by the way, real quick, shout out to James Conner. Got himself a nice little bag.
Got himself a payday.
Hey, I'm happy for... I like James Conner. I'm happy for him. I truly am.
I kind of want to get a James Conner shirt from him in Arizona.
Hey, I kind of would too. I would get one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything against the Cardinals. We beat them in there one time. They were good. So.
Hey, there we go.
Okay, so with the 23rd pick, I have the Cardinals going after the guy that I mentioned going to the Steelers probably more than anybody else, Tyler Lindenbaum, center from Iowa. I feel like he's going to fall here. I feel like the Steelers aren't going to go after him with the recent line picks that they have made. I feel like the Cardinals need a center. I feel like this is right about where Lindenbaum's going to be. I feel like this is the move. I feel like they're picking Lindenbaum.
For me, I have them going on the opposite side of the ball. I have them fitting what's probably, to me, their biggest need, which is corner. I have them going Andrew Booth, corner from Clemson. Robert Alford and Malcolm Butler are free agents. And I think you're going to need a guy to help replace what Pat Pete gave you for all those years. Again, Clemson's another one of those schools you could trust that they're going to be well coached. And I think this is going to be a good pick for that defense as well. So that's where I'm going with that.
I'd be interested to see when we get all said and done here. Obviously, we're going to have that one pick that we pick the same. But I'd like to see how many did we not even get the same side of the ball?
A lot.
A lot. And I kind of want to see the stats on that one when we're done with this.
But we will do that. We might do that off air, and then we'll maybe put that out there. Number 24, the Dallas Cowboys.
I have them going Bernard Raymond, tackle from Central Michigan. I feel like I love how it took 2 tries on that, but you know what? It's fine. I have them going tackle here. They need offensive line. Keep Dak Prescott up. They don't want him getting hurt again. Obviously, I think they're going to go after that Dallas Cowboys line that they had a couple years ago with Zeke that put like when they were competing with us at the best line in football. I think that this is the move. I think they're going to go offensive lineman. I really could see them going after any of them, but I feel like Raymond's the pick they're going to make here.
So you have them going after a guy to protect the quarterback.
Going opposite sides of the ball again.
I have them going after a guy who is going to be destroying the quarterback. I have them going after George Karlaftis here, defensive end from Purdue.
Okay.
Reason for me on this, Michael Parsons had to play more of an edge rusher kind of role last year at times. I don't think that's going to be the most success that you can get out of him. I think the best case scenario is to let him roam in the middle of the field, let him do what he needs to do in terms of out coverage, where you could still blitz him if you want. But for me, you let Randy Gregory go to Denver, and you're going to need a pass rusher now. That's their biggest need. Karlaftis he's relentless. He's a very high motor, and Dan Quinn is going to absolutely love George Karlaftis here, and that's where I have him going. So you had him going top.
Way higher. Where did I have him?
You had him going high.
I had him going pick 7.
Yeah, and I have him going 24.
A little bit of a difference there.
So, just a little bit. Number 25, the Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills, I have them going after a guy you had going higher in David Ajabo, edge rusher out of Michigan.
Oh, okay. A little different here. I like it. For me, this was one of my fun picks. I didn't have many of these picks, but I decided for this one we're going to have some fun here.
So it was a pick based on my entire mock draft?
And this pick, kinda. Jameson Williams.
Okay.
Imagine an offense. Josh Allen. Stephon Diggs. Jameson Williams when he gets healthy. Enough said.
Yeah, but it's cool and all. But if you don't win the coin toss in overtime, your offense isn't even going to see the field.
Well, it sucks to suck at that point. Number 26, the Tennessee Titans.
I have them going Jermaine Johnson here, edge rusher from Florida State.
I have them going twice as high. Literally, twice as high.
Yeah.
I had them going 13, you had them going 26.
Yeah, well, I feel like you're definitely wrong. I can't even say that without laughing. I don't know. I honestly, it's nowhere near as in detailed as you are, but hey.
Wait, what do you mean as detailed?
You have your notes. You pay attention to this. My mock draft.
Listen, you want to see my notes of draft profiles that I've done on players?
Do you know who I have notes on?
Malik Willis. Here, real quick, let me show him real quick.
No, I was
gonna say just.
Oh, I've seen your notes. I've seen how methodical you do all this stuff. Me, literally, just for the people watching, mine is literally a screen recording video I did when I threw my notes on a Pro Football Focus's thing. It's a video, and I'm just reading it off my phone. This is what I have. This is the information I have. Nothing else on here.
I've spent countless hours sweating it out, really thinking, and sometimes went off myself on figuring out who is going to go where. And here we are.
There's a little bit of a difference here.
Number 26, the Tennessee Titans for me. You said you had him you had him going defensive side.
Yep.
Add another one to the opposite side of the football because I have them going Jahan Dotson, wide receiver from Penn State. Now with the release of Julio Jones here, and also Chester Rogers being a free agent as well, wide receiver has become a need for them. And so now you ask yourself, do you want just one A.J. Brown or do you want two A.J. Browns? If you want two, you go after Treylon Burks. If you want a smaller guy who's going to be more elusive and more explosive, you go after Jahan Dotson. And in my case, they're going Jahan Dotson here. Number 27, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, or should I say the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Well, speaking of another A.J. Brown, I have him going Treylon Burks, wide receiver from Arkansas.
Be proud. We are going on the same side of the football.
Hey, we did it. Hey, this is... I love how we started with, like, how many are we going to get just the same? And now it's just like, shoot, how many are we going to get where we pick the same side of the football?
For me, I think going Tyler Linderbaum here. Alex Kappa, and he went to Cincy. Ali Marpet has retired. He ain't coming back. There isn't all that many needs on here, but interior, that offensive line is one of them. I like Linderbaum's flexibility, his ability to play either center or guard. Jensen is coming back. You go stick him at guard, and I think he will end up being a stud there as well. Number 28, the Green Bay Aaron Rodgers-led Packers.
Speaking of overpay.
Uh-oh.
Hot take. No, honestly, this is the closest we've gotten somebody picked in a long time. You had him going 2 picks earlier, but I have Jahan Dotson, wide receiver from Penn State.
I like the pick here.
Yeah. Rodgers needs weapons. This works. I feel like this actually might be one of like my picks that actually could happen. So there's that.
I have them once again going on the opposite side of the football. This is what we do. For me, I have them going after Mr. Boye Mafe, outside linebacker from Minnesota. Now, Arnold Ebiketie is also an option here from Penn State. I also think Wan'Dale Robinson from Kentucky is an option here as well, if a team might want him as a late round first round pick, a late first round pick here. That's an option here. But for me, the way I look at it in terms of debating between Boye Mafe and Arnold Ebiketie is kind of based on scheme fit. Boye Mafe is more of that pass rushing outside linebacker, which would fit more of the need that they have rather than Ebiketie, who is in that 4-3 kind of defense. So I just kind of base this based on fit and based on scheme. Number 29, we're getting close.
Hey, we're getting there.
Let's see, do you have them going with the same side of the football as I do?
Probably not. I have him going Trevor Penning, tackle from Northern
We have the same position.
Same position. Oh, okay, we're getting closer. No, honestly, I mean, you've probably seen this. You have notes, but they're going line here. They have to go line here. This is the pick. I feel like Trevor Penning's still going to be there. He probably won't, but in my mock draft, he is, so it's who we're going after.
For me, I have them going after Bernard Rayman, offensive tackle from Central Michigan. I also think this could possibly be a trade spot here.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if there's a quarterback maybe that a team wants to go and get the 5th year of contractual control over, I could see that possibly happening with this pick. But for me, the way I look at it is Austin Jackson, their first-round pick from 2020, and Liam Eichenberg, later-round pick last year. They've been not really that good. Now, for me, I personally don't like this pick. I personally would stay away from this pick. But again, A, I wanted to go based on who I think they're going to take, and B, let's be honest, the Miami Dolphins are not the brightest bowl in the bowl drawer, so here you go.
Hey, at least they didn't deny their quarterback's trade request on Twitter.
There you go. Number 30. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to be selecting
Andrew Booth, cornerback from Clemson.
Damn, I thought we were going to actually have the same pick here. I'm upset. I mean, I have them going secondary.
Okay. Is that 2 in a row? Same position?
Well, no, I have them going Daxton Hill. That's a safety.
2 in a row, same line.
Okay.
Secondary. You know what?
Position
It's a
group.
stretch. Position group. You know what? It's a stretch. Okay. We need it at this point.
For me, this is this fits a need for Steve Spagnuolo's defense. Tyrann Mathieu, future Steeler, he's out of there. And this defense was 30th in yards per play at 5.9. And they were 24th in yards per pass at 7.3. And again, when you have Russell Wilson, Justin Herbert in that same division, you're going to need some help on the defensive side of the football. And you fit a glaring need at safety. Well, here you hell and go. Number 31. We're almost there. Oh, sorry. Number 31. The Cincinnati Bengals.
I have the Bengals picking Zion Johnson.
Woo!
Did we get?
We got one.
Number 2?
I got them going Zion Johnson too.
Okay, so we have 2 now.
Yes.
We did it.
We did it.
We got a second one. That's. If you would have said 2 out of 32, I would have not believed you. But here we are.
I have them going Zion Johnson here. Again, they signed Alex Kappa. Alex Kappa, he signed with Cincinnati. They still needed a little bit of help with that interior offensive line. Again, you do absolutely possible anything to protect your quarterback at all costs, and that's exactly what you do here. Invest in your offensive line. Well, here ya hell and go. Number 32, the final pick. TJ Black Gaming says, Tyrann Mathieu, please come to the Steelers. Please come to the Yins. And I quote, we are hoping and we are praying. We are on Honey Badger alert. Number 32, the last and final pick of round number 1. The Detroit Lions will be selecting
Cade York, kicker out of LSU.
Oh, here you go.
I mean, it'd be the perfect pick. Kicker in the first round. The Lions. I like that move. No? No. Okay. Honestly, I have him going Sky Moore, wide receiver out of Western Michigan. I feel like they need a receiver. Western Michigan product. I feel like this is a match made in Detroit.
So, match made in hell.
No, Detroit.
So, hell.
No. Cleveland is hell. Detroit is... I'd rather be in Detroit than Cleveland. Hot take.
Big oof. Oh, what's the last pick? Well, we are ending off things completely on the opposite side. I have them going Arnold Ebiketie, defensive end from Penn State.
We are, baby. We are.
They did not get Aiden Hutchinson in my mock draft at pick 2. So they get their pass rusher here at pick 32. So, and then for me, in my mock, they get their 2 most glaring needs. I almost thought about having fun and having them taking Desmond Ridder here, but I said, nah. But there is our mock draft 1.0. Again, we'll probably have another one here right before the draft, sometime in mid to late April. So you better be ready.
I feel like I'll put a little bit more effort into that one. No, you know what? I put effort into this one, okay? I really did. None of it's happening. The effort was pointless, but I put effort into it. You know what? There you go.
But other than that, there is our mock draft. I hope you did enjoy. We'll probably put these out a little bit later on tonight. But till then, I hope to see you guys in the next video or in the next live stream. Again, this was fun as hell. Finally doing a show in person after 35 episodes. Here we are. We are finally in person.
Hey, we got to do more of these.
Hey, you know what time it is. When you get back from college, we can make this happen. I like it this way.
Thursday evening. Hey, I like it a little bit better this way too. React to some Pirates games. Click on some baseball on the TV.
Oh yeah, we'll have fun with this.
This is the move. We'll see what we come up with for y'all.
Until then, we did go a little bit over, but that is completely fine. I kind of figured we would. That's usually how these things go. But until then, hope to see you guys in the next video or live stream. Again, we are 5 subs away from hitting 300. So do us a favor, smash the absolute piss out of that like button or as the subscribe button, just like the way that TJ Watt used to smash Baker Mayfield around. Boom. There we go. But until then, hope to see you guys then. I'm Jeff.
I'm Caleb. Peace
Till
out,
then,
y'all.
peace out. Kirby out. R.I.P. Kobe.
Gotta get there in there at the end.